Caitlin Clark has had plenty of highlight-worthy moments this season, but what happened against Atlanta? That was different. That was defining. Hey Ball Out TV family. If you're watching this on the big screen or scrolling on your phone, stop what you're doing, because this moment might just be the turning point in Caitlin Clark's WNBA journey. So picture this. The Fever were coming off a rocky few games. The pressure was mounting, and media narratives were swirling. People were questioning her defense, her leadership, even whether she could really carry a team in the W. Then came the Atlanta Dream, a team loaded with physicality, energy, and one goal shut Clark down. The game started exactly how you'd expect. Atlanta came out aggressive, full court pressure, bumping her off screens, switching fast. Caitlin had a tough time finding her rhythm. The Dream's guards were physical, trapping hard, and forcing the Fever into rushed decisions. At one point in the first quarter, Clark had more turnovers than points, but then it happened. Midway through the third quarter, with the Fever trailing by 9 and momentum fully in Atlanta's hands, Clark called for a high pick and roll. Nalissa Smith came up to screen, but instead of settling for the jumper, Clark split the defense, drove hard into the paint, and drew 2 defenders in the air, and then bam! She no-look dished the ball back to Smith for a thunderous and one. The crowd exploded. That wasn't just an assist. That was a statement. And from that moment forward, the entire energy shifted. Clark started playing with a different edge. She nailed a deep 3 from the logo next possession, turned around before it even dropped, and you could just feel it, the swagger, the belief. The fire was back. Atlanta tried to respond, but you could see their composure rattled. Clark wasn't just scoring, she was orchestrating. Her court vision turned the Fever into a moving machine. Ball movement improved. Spacing opened up. Suddenly, Christy Wallace was hitting threes in the corner, Aaliyah Boston was eating in the post, and every Fever possession felt dangerous. The craziest part, that no-look pass wasn't even her flashiest moment of the game, it was the psychological shift that followed it. Clark began talking smack, something we haven't seen much from her in the W yet. After one step-back 3, she looked right at the Atlanta bench and shouted, "You better guard me out here." The mic didn't catch it, but lip readers and fans on Twitter sure did. And it went viral instantly. By the final buzzer, Caitlin Clark had posted 27 points, 9 assists, and 4 steals. But more importantly, she'd done what leaders do: change the energy of the game when everything seemed to be slipping away. Even opposing coach Tanisha Wright had to give her credit, saying in the post-game press conference, "Once she got going, it forced us to collapse more than we wanted. And when she's doing that and finding her teammates, you're in trouble." What makes this even more significant is the timing. Caitlin's been under intense scrutiny, some fans saying she's overhyped, some players throwing shade, and media waiting for her to slip. But what she did against Atlanta, that's not just bouncing back, that's taking control. And Fever head coach Christy Sides knew it too. In the locker room after the game, she reportedly told Clark, "That's the fire we need. Every game, from here on out." Social media went wild. That no-look pass racked up 4.2 million views in under 10 hours on Twitter alone. ESPN's SportsCenter called it the play of the week. Even LeBron James quote-tweeted it with the emoji and wrote, "She's special." But beyond the stats, beyond the viral moment, what really changed the game was Caitlin Clark finally playing with her OWN rhythm. Not what the WNBA wanted her to be, not trying to please everyone. She just hooped and played with attitude. Game also silenced a lot of doubters who said she couldn't lead a pro team under pressure, because this wasn't a blowout. This wasn't garbage time. This was a must-win. And Clark owned it. Look, every great player has that one moment, the moment where the switch flips and the rest of the league realizes, this ain't the same rookie anymore. That pass to Smith, that was Caitlin Clark's moment. And if you're a Fever fan, or just a fan of great basketball, you better remember it, because we might look back at that game and say, that's when the legend of Caitlin Clark in the WNBA truly began. Subscribe to Ball Out TV for more breakdowns, reactions, and viral moments from around the league. Hit that bell so you don't miss the next time Caitlin makes us all say, "Did you see that? Did you see that?"